This is a video for the loan associates at Integrity Capital about collecting and getting information about the entities that a borrower has. So when you're dealing with a borrower, sometimes we think there's just one particular entity that they have, but a lot of times borrowers have multiple entities. They might have 2, 3, 5, 10, sometimes 20 different companies that they are a part of or affiliated with. And so it's really important as part of your collection of documentation and preparation for the package that you are prepared and have all the appropriate information, because the lender is going to want to see that as well. So this is in your CRM package, or I should say form. There's a little tab down here for entities. Up here, you will have all the different items at the top: entity name, who are the members of that particular entity, are there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, name them here. Ownership percentages, what is the ownership percentage of each of the members? What is the purpose of the entity? Why is it set up to buy real estate, buy a company, etc.? What does the entity own? Is there assets in there? We want to know what that is. Have you collected 3 years of personal tax return or corporate tax returns, and then a P&L for the interim? That's really important, that you don't need to collect it unless they have 20% or more ownership in that entity. The lender's really going to need that. So make sure that you collect returns, 3 years if they have it, P&L, so profit and loss for the interim, so January up to July of whatever year you have. Balance sheets for 3 years that correspond to the same years. And then you want to collect the K-1s as well for the tax returns, which is really important. So when you're actually communicating with the client, there's a couple of ways you can find out this information. One of the ways is if you actually go to the tax returns, you'll notice in a personal tax return, towards a couple of pages in, there's a schedule called the Schedule E up here. And in that, it'll actually name off the companies they have. Like, for example, this is C Statement 2, so we go down to the statements, and it actually lists off all the LLCs and companies that they own with the employer identification number, what the K-1 income they had or loss for that particular company that they own. But what I would suggest is to go through this, but then contact them and ask them, what entities do you own? How many? And go through that same form that I just pulled up and walk through each one of those, log those down. Just keeps it really organized. And then you know, hey, I know every entity they own. And this is for every borrower that's going to be involved who has 20% or more ownership in the deal. You have all the documentation, so you make sure you have a complete package. And then you're really ready, once you have all that information, to do your assessment and to prepare a package for the lender so that we have a complete one and being proactive. So this is just a quick snapshot of how to collect information, how to prepare a package so that you can be ready to have success in getting a commercial loan done with Integrity Capital.